Hey, Kishore, would you like to do Jaidwani?
Sure, I can do a short Jaidwani.
Okay.
Jai Sabrika Shishi Guru Gauranga Kanna Harviga Girid Hari Hari Gopīnātha Radha Vinod Vihari Radhanainath Shishi Mahaprabhu Radha Gopīnātha Ji ki Jai Sri Govinda Gopīnāth Madan Mohan Ji ki Jai Jai Natya Leela Pravishram Vishnu Par Paramahams Brave Brajagacharya Varya Stotrashta Shishaman Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai Jai Natya Leela Pravishram Vishnu Par Paramahams Brave Brajagacharya Varya Stotrashta Shishaman Bhakti Branda Shila Narayan Gosvāmī Mahārāja Pari Pavan Gurudev ki Jai जय नत्यलेला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिशुमान भक्ति पलक तीर्थ गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नत्यलेला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिशुमान भक्ति भ्रांत विक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नत्यलेला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिशुमान भक्ति भ्रांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नत्यलेला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिशुमान भक्ति भ्रांत स्वामी गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय जय नत्यलेला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिशुमान भक्ति प्रमोद पुरी गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नत्यलेला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिशुमान भक्ति रक्षक श्रीधर गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नत्यलेला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिशुमान भक्ति गीतमाद गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नत्यलेला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिशुमान भक्ति प्रज्ञान के गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नत्यलेला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शिशुमान भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय जय महाभगवत शिल गौर किशोर दास बाबा श्री महाशय की जय जय सप्तम गोस्वामी शिल सचिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाशय की जय जय वैष्णव सर्वभौम शिल जगन्नाथ दास बाबा श्री महाशय की जय जय श्री रूपानुग गौरिया गुरुवर्ग की जय श्री भगवत गुरु परंपरा की जय श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टरास रघुनाथ शर गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय श्री स्वरूप दामोदर यमुनानंद लोकनाथ गर्भ अधिकौर प्रसाद वृंद की जय श्री नमाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से गौ श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री नवदीप धाम की जय श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ गोपी गोपिका गिरि गोवर्धन शतवनाथ श्री ब्रज मंडल धाम की जय श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय श्री भगवती पूर्णिमा श्री उमा देवी की जय श्री गोपीश्वर सर श्री महादेव की जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्रजू की जय श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय श्री प्रहलाद लक्ष्मण सिंहदेव की जय अकरमंतरा श्री चैतन्य मात की जय श्री चरिराम चरि संप्रदाय चर्याचार्य की जय ग्रंथरा श्री मात भगवताम भगवतीत चैतन्य चैतमृत चैतन्य भगवत हरि सर्व गौरी वैष्णव वृंद वृंद की जय श्री भुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय श्री भुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन युग धर्म की जय श्री भुवन मंगल दान्य कलयुग तरक ब्रह्म श्री हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम मन राम हरे हरे महामंत्र की जय श्री आनंद करि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्री समकर गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री भक्ति प्रमोद पुरी समराज की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि।
One second, I'm just getting myself. Okay. Hari Bol, everybody. Dandavat Pranams. Hare Krishna, Satya Mataji, Rukmini Didi, Kishore Krishna Prabhu here on Zoom, and then checking on YouTube and Facebook. Ganga Mataji, Rup Manjari Didi, Rasaraj Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams Prabhu, and Nitai. And I see there are some other people, but I can't see your name yet unless you write a comment. Hari Bol, everybody. So we are continuing on with this beautiful book, A Life of Devotion, written by Srimati Devamayī Mātājī. So let me share I'll share my screen and then we can begin. All right, something I should have been doing every day, I just forgot. But we should recite his pranam mantra before we start. So, okay. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Gaura Prishtaya Bhutale Srimar Bhakti Pramodaya Purī Gosvāmī namine Devyadhyana Pradatre cha Prabhave Janma Janmani Jnana Vairagya Dehaya Shastra Siddhanta Samvide Patitanam Samudhare Yativesha Dharaya Vai Pracharachara Karye cha Ya Gurukaya Sarvada Yatodhavasya Kumarat Bhagavad Archane Rati Vaishnavanam Sarvakritye Dakshata Paramarthatha. I worship with deep adoration my gracious beloved divine master, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī Vishnupad, the most dear associate of his lordship, Shri Gaurasundar. I humbly offer my prostrated obeisances onto the lotus feet of him who perpetually illuminates this dark world with the radiance of transcendental knowledge, who is the dearly beloved sovereign of my life, birth after birth, who is the veritable embodiment of sacred knowledge and renunciation, and the personification of all scriptural testimony. I offer obeisances to him who has adorned himself in the august robes of a mendicant to kindly redeem the fallen souls, unto he who is forever vigilant in both the practice and preaching of the Bhagavad Dharma. I offer obeisances to him in whom was manifest from childhood the divine loving attachment to the holy service of Lord Shri Krishna, just as was found in Shri Uddhava, and who thus possesses a wonderful proficiency in all devotional rites of the Vaishnavas. Jai Shri Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Okay, so I think we left off around page 50. Let's see. And we are reading chapter 5, which is starting Gopīnātha Gauḍīya Maṭha. Sorry. Here we are. Okay. Okay, we ended with him making Sripad Bodhāni Maharaj the Acharya. Okay, book publishing, a goal forever. Oh, Hare Krishna Vidyalasa Didi. Very good. Oh, and Krishnamai Didi. Very good. One second. Okay, I'm all set up now. It is impossible for Srila Purī Mahārāja's disciples to think of Mahārāja without his books. Even when he is not reading or writing a book, he's accompanied by a mountain of books on his bed that take up 1/3 of the space, leaving the other 2/3 for his thin frame. Srila Purī Mahārāja has been deeply involved almost all his life in the service of book publishing. He has been personally involved in all aspects of this service, writing, editing, and publishing. He has also been a dedicated scriptural scholar. He encourages all his disciples to read and discuss the basic scriptures, saying, whenever you have some leisure time, read scripture. If you at least read the basic books, then you will have a general concept. You will always feel enthusiasm and inspiration by reading these books. They will give you strength and hope. That's very encouraging, huh? So no matter what's going on, you need strength and hope. You always have these books with us. We'll get enthusiasm and inspiration by reading them. For many years, he was Srila Prabhupada's right-hand man to help him resound the Brihad Mridanga. So he is always encouraging his disciples to publish and print books. Even when he is playing his pastime of advanced old age, when his hands tremble so much that he cannot write, and his eyesight is so poor that it is hard for him to read, he is always thinking of editing and publishing new books. He has given some of his disciples long lists of books to be published in the future. Every time his health improves and he feels a little energetic, he makes more plans for more books. His face becomes radiant, his mood becomes ecstatic, and his voice strong and powerful when he talks about book publishing. This is so encouraging. I'm going to send this to all the GVP Sevaks. This is really nice. By his instruction, Bhakti Siddhanta Vani Trust was founded for the purpose of book publishing. Even though his disciples suggested the name Bhakti Pramoda Vani Trust, he preferred to put Srila Prabhupada's name there. Mahārāja expresses his concerns about following high standards in publishing. He also wants books to be inexpensive so everyone can buy them. Since 1992, quite a few books have been published by Sri Gopīnātha Gauḍīya Maṭha and widely distributed. Among them are Sadhu Sangha, Vaishnava Aparad. I have that book. Subhasaka Brahmachari is reading this one right now. This one, Vaishnava Aparad, is the heart of Krishna in English. Satchidananda Vigraha, Shri Nam Ganga Tulasi Mahatma. I have that book also. Shri Mathura Mahatma, Mantrartha Chayan Dipika, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishad, Prabhupada Shri Śrīla Saraswati Thakur, Shri Sanatan Shiksha, Shri Kirtananjali, Shri Amiya Ratnavali, Shri Sat Sandarbha, Shri Tattva Sandarbha, Shri Bhagavat Sandarbha, etc. Some of his Bengali writings have also been translated into English, such as The Heart of Krishna and The Art of Sadhana. We did an online reading of The Heart of Krishna here before. They were published by Mandala Media San Francisco, which is owned by Sri Ramdas Prabhu, who owns Palace Press International. When the Bengali book Vaishnava Parad was published in English as The Heart of Krishna, many Western devotees greatly appreciated this book. Many of the pastimes described in that book were previously unknown to them. But more significantly, they appreciated Mahāraja's instructions about the gravity of Vaishnava Aparad. Some of them commented that this was a great contribution by Pujapad Srila Purī Mahārāja to the Vaishnava community. They hoped that this might break the dam of Vaishnava Aparad, which is holding back the current of Mahaprabhu's mission. Srila Purī Mahārāja is concerned that when I was I forgot the I went to meet with Dīnabandhu Prabhu, who was a very wonderful Vaishnava, disciple of Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, who was serving him at the very end of his pastimes, like serving him very closely. But he told me the context for this Vaishnava Parad book being written. He told me the history, I forgot it though. Anyways.
My Guru Maharaj has said that one devotee was being insulted during the line for prasadam, and Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj witnessed this and said, "I cannot stay here. Maharaj, there's but so many devotees have come. No, I cannot stay here. If Vaishnava Parad is being committed, you should either cut the person's tongue out or leave if you're not able. I'm not able to stand this." And he left.
Wow. Just from one little incident during prasad time, then he left.
Yeah. There's another incident where some rich person was trying to give him money, but he insulted the brahmachari next to him beforehand. And Purī Mahārāja didn't like that nor accepted anything from him.
Wow. Yes. Yeah, so this is such an important book to read if anybody is able to. And if you want to hear it being read, yeah, there's somewhere in the recordings. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll find a reading for all the chapters of that book. Srila Purī Mahārāja, I also have a PDF. If anybody wants, you can I can send it to you. Srila Purī Mahārāja is concerned that the present-day devotees he's concerned that the present-day devotees are deprived of many treasures of Vaishnava literature because they do not know Sanskrit. That is why, by his instruction, the Bhagavad Gita was published in Bengali, together with a translation of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. His desire is that at least some Vaishnava devotees will learn Sanskrit, so that the great Vedic philosophical tradition can be preserved. Srila Purī Mahārāja has always collected books for his service of writing and editing, and he appreciated the opportunity he had to access. He appreciated the opportunity he had to have access to books in Śrī Caitanya Gauḍīya Maṭha. So he wants his own mats to have libraries. He has always taken very good care of his books. Once, when some of his books were brought to him in Purī from the Kalna temple, he was very sad to see that they were tattered. Once he made a list of all of his books and gave it the heading Gopīnātha Gauḍīya Maṭha Library. Regarding his love of scripture, he sometimes says, "You can keep me in a room with a lot of books with the door closed. Just give me some prasad now and then, and I'll be happy." Books are not personal property. See what this is about. Books are not personal property. In a letter dated September 24th, 1945, Srila Purī Mahārāja wrote, "I'm going very far, Vrindavan. If by the will of the Lord some accident happens, then I want you to know that in the house of Sri Radha Vallabh Das in Jeshwar, I have a box of books. And there's also another box in the Sri Sri Radha Gopīnātha temple. Please collect them all together, put them in a bookcase with great care, and catalog them. The deity is Daru Brahma, the Supreme Lord in wooden form, and books are Shabda Brahma, the Supreme Lord in the form of sound. Serve both these forms of the Lord. Neither the deities nor the books are anyone's personal property." Wow, that's a great quote. So he has made it very clear that his books and the books published by the Maṭha are not anyone's personal property. That is such a neat way, though, to look at the books in the same way that we look at Thakurji. One's Daru Brahma, one's Shabda Brahma. So we serve both these forms of the Lord. And nobody can say, "I own these deities. These are my property." And so the same way, you can't say, "I own these books. These are my books." Huh. Wow, I really like that. Okay, magazine publishing. Srila Purī Mahārāja has also instructed, one that I'm just remembering on Deepavali Day, Amal Krishna Prabhu, we would go and we would go to the bookshop and we would do arti to all the books in the bookshop. And then we would go to like the book storage room where there's all the big stock of books, many boxes of books. And we'd also do arti to all the boxes of books there. And I remember I've only been there a couple times, but at what is the Maṭha? At Faridabad Maṭha. I think it's called Radha Madhav Gauḍīya Maṭha, where Madhav Prabhu stays. He had all the book covers framed and put on the wall of all of my Gurudev's books. And when he does Jaidvani, he'll lots of times do Jaidvani and like say the names of all the books in this book ki jai, this book ki jai. Kishore Prabhu's been does that in his Jaidvani a bit also. So yeah, I really like that. Okay. Magazine publishing. Srila Purī Mahārāja has also instructed his disciples to publish Vaishnava magazines, both in Bengali and in English. Actually, it is his dream to publish magazines in many different languages. So, in accordance with his instructions, his disciples are publishing the magazine of Sri Gopīnātha Gauḍīya Maṭha, called Bhagavad Dharma Patrika, in both Bengali and English. Every year in California, under the supervision of Sri Ramdas Prabhu, a few of Srila Purī Mahārāja's disciples and some other devotees publish a special Vyasa Puja magazine in English, which is always an attractive contribution to the Vyasa Puja ceremony. Srila Purī Mahārāja's Russian disciple, Sripad Bhakti Vijay Narasimha Maharaj, who has taken the trouble to learn Bengali, has transcribed and translated Srila Purī Mahārāja's lectures and articles into Russian, and has been publishing magazines in Russian. Among Srila Purī Mahārāja's Spanish-speaking disciples, Sripad he's been publishing magazines in Spanish. Until recently, Srila Purī Mahārāja wrote articles for the Bhagavad Dharma Patrika himself. Now he laments that he cannot write anymore. He said, Srila Prabhupada put a pen in my hands. I cannot serve that pen anymore. Although he himself has a lot of experience in writing, editing, and publishing books and magazines, at first, most of his young disciples had no such experience. But like a loving father, he instructed them and encouraged them. Sri Mahir Das remembers those early days. He said, one day, Srila Guru Maharaj was reclining in the, what's that? Antechamber? Antechamber. Antechamber, okay. What is that? What is an antechamber? It's like
a second one behind another.
Okay.
Or in front, anti
Front.
is in front.
Okay, so he was reclining in the antechamber on the third floor of the Sri Chaitanya Gauḍīya Maṭha at Kalighat, when he expressed to me this heartfelt desire to see the birth of a spiritual magazine. He looked enthused. My God, I don't know why. His look enthused me with spiritual fervor and a stamina theretofore unknown to me. So that I, despite my feeble understanding of the Shastras, came forward and volunteered to accept the responsibility of getting the magazine started. Srila Guru Maharaj immediately gave the, what's that word? Nascent publication.
Nascent, it was being born.
Okay, so Srila Guru Maharaj immediately gave the nascent publication a suitable name, Bhagavad Dharma. As a novice, I had only the most rudimentary idea about what kinds of articles should be included. But even there, Srila Guru Maharaj came to our rescue. He started dictating what items should be contained in Bhagavad Dharma, giving a very long and revealing discourse, which was featured in the first 3 issues. After this lecture had been transcribed, Srila Guru Maharaj corrected it with his lotus hand and guided us with many suggestions, which proved invaluable at a later stage. As a reminder, I am trying to provide copies of the first issue so that this spirit will continue to be understood. In the beginning, there was no editorial desk, nor any writing implements. With some sketch pens, fillers were added in the form of motifs and small pictures. After the pages had been typeset in Bengali by an outside firm, they were individually Xeroxed and distributed by hand in Sri Mayapur and Kolkata. Srila Guru Maharaj pointed out that there were still some errors, even after the magazine had been proofread so many times. This showed the limits of our endeavor, even though it might have seemed a great achievement to us at the time. But in spite of these errors, his divine face glowed, and we were comforted and fortified in our determination to achieve perfection. His loving smile gave me a peace and assurance, which I will not forget throughout my life. That was written in the Sri Vyasa Puja edition, 1998. The magazine published. Yes, Purī. Regarding publication of books and magazines, Srila Purī Mahārāja wants his disciples to remember the ideals held by Srila Prabhupada. He has said, Srila Prabhupada published 6 different daily, weekly, monthly, and bi-monthly magazines, as well as many books in different languages in order to preach all over India. To do business with spiritual books is against the ideals of Vaishnavism. Wow, to do business with spiritual books is against the ideals of Vaishnavism. Srila Prabhupada showed me great indignation against earning money by selling the holy name. It is a great offense to turn the scripture into merchandise to earn a living. That was from his article, Shri Gaur Krishna Kripa Murti Shri Srila Prabhupada, published in the Bhagavad Dharma Bengali magazine, October 16, 1996. That's one thing I'm really proud about with GVP, is that none of the books are copyrighted. So they're like other people like Radhikunj, Bhakta Bandhav, they publish all the books, and they even put their logo on the books, and like of all the GVP books, and still, but that's yeah. I think that's really cool that it's like that. Okay, now that Srila Purī Mahārāja is living in Orissa, he wants the books are Creative Commons, so anybody can print the books and even make money off the books, and that's public money. Now that Srila Purī Mahārāja is living in Orissa, he wants to publish magazines in Oriya also. Many people in Orissa, besides his Oriya disciples, have heard about Srila Purī Mahārāja, and many have come to have his darshan. He is known, loved, and respected by the local people. People in Orissa are worshippers of Lord Jagannath. So in general, they are pious and have faith in the Vaishnava path. Srila Purī Mahārāja has received love, respect, and help from many different sections of society: shopkeepers, rickshawalas, laborers, businessmen, professors, doctors, lawyers, temple priests, and the servants of Lord Jagannath. In 1998, the king of Orissa attended Srila Purī Mahārāja's Vyas Puja festival, and the chief minister sent a letter for this occasion. Letters came as well from professors and priests. The Bhagavad Dharma magazines have been greatly appreciated by all the other Gauḍīya Maths. In every issue, the articles are chosen very carefully, and they have been admired for their high standard. The Bengali version has been edited by Sri Vishwambar Das Adhikari and a bunch of other devotees. Okay. And also the English one is, Sri Chaitanya Vani articles. Oh, Hare Krishna, Indri Hari Prabhu, and Bhavatarani Mātājī. Hare Krishna. Okay. Sri Chaitanya Vani articles. As mentioned previously, Srila Madhav Mahārāja started his famous magazine, Sri Chaitanya Vani, in 1961. And Srila Purī Mahārāja has been contributing articles to it from the very beginning. On the request of Srila Madhav Mahārāja, he became its editor-in-chief in 1964, a position he still holds to this day. So for 37 years, he has been writing scholarly articles on every aspect of Gaudiya Vaishnavism for Sri Chaitanya Vani. Srila Bhakti Varidhi Parjatak Mahārāja, previously Pramoda Prabhu of Sri Chaitanya Gauḍīya Maṭha, he remembers all those years in Kolkata when he saw Mahārāja scrutinizingly proofreading and editing articles until very late at night for Sri Chaitanya Vani magazine. These articles are filled with Mahārāja's own personal realizations and profound Vaishnava Siddhanta conclusions. And they are richly endowed with quotations from many different scriptures. His disciples have the work of a lifetime to categorize these articles and publish them as books. and also to translate them into different languages. That was a really nice thing when I was living in Mayapur for a few months, like 3 months. And I got a little portable table that I could fit in my backpack. And sometimes I would just ride my bicycle down to Śrīla Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī's Samadhi downstairs, and I just set up my laptop there and do publication work. And I don't know, it just felt really nice being right in front of the ultimate publication sevak ever, being able to. The mat is meant for preaching. In his Shishi Gaur Gopal Prashasti, Srila Purī Mahārāja wrote, and we sang that a couple days ago on his Vyas Puja Day. So he wrote in his Gaur Gopal Prashasti, verses 12 and 13, Shivasa Yangana Holo Sankirtana Jagyastala Sapta Jitva Uthe Jagyana Tahe Atma Purna Huti Deho Bhakta Mahamati Namarase Holen Viva Uchalilo Prem Vanya Dharitri Holen Dhanya Anander Ar Singhana Simanai Gora Hari Hari Boli Nache Bhakta Bahutuli Dukha Shoka Bhulilo Sabai. The courtyard of Shivas became the site of the Sankirtan Yagya, and it seems that the fire of this Yagya was burning all the time with its 7 tongues. The great devotees completely sacrificed their souls in that fire of the holy name and became overwhelmed by its nectarian influence. There is a flood of love everywhere, and the earth planet became very satisfied, as it seems that there is no bounds to its joy. All the devotees danced with uplifted arms, taking Lord Gauranga's name, knowing him to be Lord Hari. Everyone forgot all their grief and miseries. Those who have been so fortunate as to hear Srila Purī Mahārāja's instructing his disciples have witnessed how he can kindle the fire of Sankirtan Yagya in their hearts. He is always saying, Baba, the mat is meant for preaching. As mentioned before, after the disappearance of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Purī Mahārāja preached all over Bengal and other places in India with his godbrothers. When he was residing in Sri Chaitanya Gauḍīya Maṭha, he went all over India to preach with Param Pujapad Śrīla Madhav Mahārāja. Now that he is physically unable to travel so much, spiritual seekers from all over India are coming to see him, and some of them get initiated by him. He has also inspired his disciples to preach in different places in India, especially in those remote places which have not yet been exposed to the preaching of the Gaudiya mission. For example, his disciple Shripad Bhakti Sharan Damodar Maharaj, previously Sri Krishna Sharan Prabhu, who is from Kerala, has been preaching in Madurai, South India, to preach Maharaja's message there. As a result, many sincere souls have come from South India to get initiation from Maharaj. Many years ago, when Srila Purī Mahārāja wrote articles about his pilgrimage to South India, he remarked that people from South India are naturally pious and devotional, and it was predicted in Srimad Bhagavatam that in Kali Yuga, many of them would take the pure Vaishnava path. The 2 devotees leading the South India mission are Dr. Una Maheshwar and Lakshman Das Brahmachari, who are from Kavilpatti near Madurai. Inspired by his Gurudev, Shripad Bodhayan Maharaj has been to different corners of the world to preach the message of the Gopīnātha Gauḍīya Maṭha. Srila Purī Mahārāja, the most revered Vaishnava. An ISKCON devotee who was traveling in India went to the Krishna Balaram temple for a week-long festival. Many devotees and guest speakers were coming from all over the world. One day, as the temple was packed full of devotees, he saw a very old sannyasi entering with a young brahmachari. Immediately, everyone paid their dandavats and then stood up, and there was pin-drop silence in the temple hall and the courtyard. The devotee could feel the great reverence among the crowd for this Indian sannyasi whom he had never seen before. It was obvious that this was not because he was old or because he was a sannyasi. Everyone listened to him with rapt attention, and when they left, they again offered, and when he left, they again offered their dandavats and then stood up. Only after the Vaishnavacharya left did the devotee find out that he was none other than Śrīla Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja, the most loved and revered Vaishnava. I don't know how you say that name. Geralda Purī? Geralda Purī. Geralda Purī. And what's that?
Pieri.
No, she was a what?
A metallurgy graduate.
A metallurgy graduate. From Brazil, she was studying India's Vedic philosophy in Florida. One day, she saw a picture of a Vaishnava sannyasi in a book someone else was holding. She was very attracted to that picture, and she asked him, "Who is this? Is this one of the 6 Goswāmīs from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time?" He said, "No, he is a Vaishnava Acharya living in India now. His name is Śrīla Bhakti Pramoda Purī Mahārāja." Geralda, right? She wanted to borrow that book so she could read it. After reading the book, she was convinced that Śrīla Bhakti Pramoda Purī Mahārāja would be her guru. She went through a lot of trouble to find out how to contact him. After many inquiries, she found out that he lived in Mayapur, West Bengal, India. Within a year, she collected enough money to go to India. She left her 4-year-old son with her husband and traveled to India. Upon reaching the Kolkata airport, she found out that the airline had lost her luggage. Without waiting for her luggage, she took a taxi and headed for Mayapur. The taxi driver didn't quite know where to go, so he got lost a few times. It was after dark when they finally reached the Gopīnātha Gauḍīya Maṭha in Mayapur. Standing at the gate, she saw a lighted window in an upstairs room. Somehow she knew that it was Śrīla Purī Mahārāja's room. She also felt in her heart that he knew that she was coming. She was a complete stranger at Gopīnātha Gauḍīya Maṭha and in India. A devotee walked up to the gates to meet her and said with a smile, "Didi, you are here." Later, he said to her, "Didi, you are here." No, a devotee walked up to the gate. Yeah. Later, his divine grace initiated her and gave her the name Yashoda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari Bo, Hari Bo. He gave her the name Yashoda. Śrīla Purī Mahārāja has never wanted many disciples, and he has always wanted a small mat. But because of his fame as a Param Bhagavat, as a pure devotee, many devotees come to see him from all over India and all over the world. Śrīla Purī Mahārāja is always respectful, affectionate, and hospitable to Vaishnavas, so he is very happy to receive them. At the same time, he feels he does not have anything to offer. He often says, "All these people are attracted to Sriman Mahaprabhu and Śrīla Prabhupada. But what can I give them? I do not speak good English. If one of the residents of the Math who knows a little English is present, then I can speak for the guests so they can hear the translation." And they seem to be happy with that. The fact is, he does speak English quite well, but due to his humility, he thinks his English is not adequate. Many times he has spoken in English, and people were surprised to hear how good his English is. But those who come to see him are happy, even if they don't hear anything. Just by seeing him, they feel some joy, some reassurance that is very rare to find in this world. They are happy to offer him their dandavats and receive his mercy and blessings. Just by having his darshan, they are immediately attracted by his humility, his simplicity, and his merciful, affectionate nature. He is a self-effulgent sadhu, by seeing whom one feels purified. Many of his godbrother's disciples come to him to offer their dandavats, give him their news, and tell him their preaching stories, which he is always happy to hear. Others come to him to submit their spiritual inquiries. Like a divine banyan tree, he gives his cooling shade to anyone who comes, irrespective of their sect or purpose. He always fulfills his role as a Vaishnava Acharya by answering all questions from sincere devotees. Sometimes a group of devotees from another mat will come to Srila Purī Mahārāja to settle an argument or to get his support in favor of their own argument, because they know that a statement by Srila Purī Mahārāja would be honored by all. In such situations, he speaks very cautiously, meditating on every word. It is impossible not to see how uncompromising he is about what he knows to be the truth, and how reserved he is about what he doesn't know to be the truth. Whether devotees come to him from ISKCON or the Gauḍīya Maṭha or any other institutions, they do not question his honesty, objectivity, or fairness. One who asks him a direct, straightforward question will get a direct, straightforward answer from him. Everyone knows it is not possible to get an emotional or biased judgment from him, nor is he ever elusive about what he knows to be the truth. He has no favorites and he has no enemies. He speaks the truth as he knows it based on evidence and scriptural injunctions. In his association, it becomes clear that if the opinion of pure devotees are sought in a Krishna-conscious controversy, then the pure devotees are as eager to establish the truth as they always are to represent Krishna's message. Reverence and affection for God brothers and their disciples. Srila Prabhupada has said that a loving and chaste wife will not only love and honor her husband, but will also love and honor those who are related to her husband. Similarly, one who is a pure servant of Krishna or Gurudev will also love and honor those who are related to Krishna or Gurudev. Another remarkable aspect of Srila Purī Mahārāja's life is his deep love and reverence for his god brothers and their disciples, and their extraordinary reciprocation. By reading scripture, one understands that Krishna never descends into this world alone. He descends with his entourage. Pure devotees also, they do not descend here alone. They descend with their family of pure devotees to enrich each other's pastimes. It is impossible, we hear lots of times the example is given, like that verse, what is it? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori, Sapashara Sriya Dhamma Saha Avatari. Same thing, it's like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He descended to this world with his associates. It is impossible to study Srila Purī Mahārāja's life without discussing his god brothers and their disciples. With some of them, he has been very intimately connected. He has preached with them, stayed with them from time to time, and has always kept in contact with them. He has given sannyas to some of his god brothers. Many of his god brothers have left this world in the last 20 years. Some of them were living in his mat when they disappeared. His god brothers' disciples regularly visit him, even after their Gurudev's disappearance. He has always been a very firm supporter and well-wisher of his god brothers' missions, and a loving and affectionate Shiksha Guru to his god brothers' disciples. He glorifies each god brother for their unique contributions and qualities. His relationships with his god brothers were not superficial or formal. They comprised the most deep and intimate interactions on the level of the heart. It is impossible to remember him without remembering his illustrious transcendental family, or without glorifying them, because this is how he remembers them. This is another glory of his life, that he is not alone. He is a saint among saints, a jewel among jewels. He gave up his loving family of blood relatives only to embrace his spiritual family. It is possible within the narrow scope of this, it is not possible. Okay, it is possible within the narrow scope of this biography to mention only a few stories of Śrīla Purī Mahārāja's godbrother's disciples, setting an example of loving and honoring Gurudev's godbrother. Even though there are so many stories, it's only possible to give a few stories. His pranam mantra was composed by Śrīla Bhakti Darshan Acharya Mahārāja, who is a disciple of his godbrother, Pujapad Śrīla Jajavar Mahārāja. His Dwadashakam was written by Śrīla Bhakti Sarvasva Govinda Mahārāja, who is a disciple of his godbrother, Pujapad Śrīla Bhakti Vilas Tirtha Mahārāja. A large donation for the Kalna temple was given by Śrīla Bhakti Charuswami Mahārāja, who is a disciple of his godbrother, Pujapad Śrīla Bhakti Vedanta Swami Mahārāja. Whenever a new book is published by Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, Shripad Bhakti Prapanna Tirtha Mahārāja, who is a disciple of his godbrother, Pujapad Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Śrīla Mahārāja, will go and present Śrīla Purī Mahārāja with a copy. Śrīla Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Mahārāja, the present Acharya of Sri Chaitanya Gauḍīya Maṭha, who is a disciple of his godbrother, Pujapad Śrīla Bhakti Dayat Madhav Mahārāja, has been supporting Śrīla Purī Mahārāja and his mission for many years now. When many requests came for him to go to the West to preach, he went to Śrīla Purī Mahārāja to ask for his permission and blessings. Śrīla Purī Mahārāja has also told his disciples, "In my absence, if you have any questions or doubts, go to Śrīla Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Mahārāja and seek his advice." In fact, all the disciples of Pujapad Śrīla Madhav Mahārāja have been very supportive of Śrīla Purī Mahārāja and his mission. Shripad Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Mahārāja of Sri Chaitanya Gauḍīya Maṭha has been intimately serving Śrīla Purī Mahārāja for many years now, and has been instrumental in the growth and development of Sri Gopīnātha Gauḍīya Maṭha. Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Narayan Mahārāja, a disciple of Śrīla Purī Mahārāja's godbrother, Pujapad Śrīla Bhakti Vigyan Keshav Mahārāja, served Śrīla Purī Mahārāja very intimately many years ago when he was preaching in Chunchura. At that time, Śrīla Purī Mahārāja had no disciples. So Shripad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Mahārāja takes great pride in saying, "I was his first servant." He always comes to present Mahārāja with new books from their mat and with preaching news, and he begs for his blessing. This relationship that Śrīla Purī Mahārāja has with his godbrother's disciples is an illustration of the Gaudiya Vaishnava concept. Loving, honoring, and serving Gurudev's godbrother, who is a pure devotee, and taking instruction from him, is not a sign of disloyalty to one's own Gurudev. On the contrary, it brings great honor to the lotus feet of Gurudev. Śrīla Gurudev did not come alone to this world, nor has he gone to a place where he is alone. Yeah, there's really nice quotes from my Param Gurudev, Śrīla Bhakti Vigyan Keshav Goswāmī Maharaj and Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswāmī Maharaj, that a Shiksha Guru is somebody, there's actually some really strong quotes, like really heavy ones, but the point is that a Shiksha Guru is somebody who increases your love, affection, dedication, everything, your surrender to your Diksha Guru. And so if that's happening internally, then you know that this person is your Shiksha Guru, if they're increasing your dedication to your own Diksha Guru. Hari Bol Suredi Didi.
Right. I know that to be truth. Śrīla Gurudev Narayan Maharaj became our Shiksha Gurudev. He has inspired and like you said, actually deepen our relationship with our Diksha Gurudev.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
we're forever thankful for him to that.
Yes. Definitely. I mean, I also experienced that with Śrīla Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswāmī Maharaj. Even though his Harikatha is very different, his nature is very different. There's so many things that were very different, but nonetheless, whenever I was in his association, I felt my own, I need to become a better disciple of my Gurudev. So then I know that this is a Shiksha Guru, because he increased my desire to become a better servant of my Gurudev. Yeah. In his Jai Shachinandan prayers, Śrīla Śrīdhar Maharaj has written, "Pani sabakara pai, adha mere kripa hoy, bhakti saparshad Prabhupada. That's from Sri Sachinandan Vandana, verse 4. Offering my obeisances at the lotus feet of everyone, I beg for the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and his associates on this fallen soul. Beautiful. Srila Prabhupada's family. Srila Purī Mahārāja says, wherever we may be, Chaitanya Mate amader shakaler tiki banda ache. What's it? Let's see. We who are in Srila Prabhupada's mission are inseparably tied to the Chaitanya Mat, the original Gauḍīya Maṭha. It will be an offense to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada if we do not see ourselves and others, if we do not see ourselves and others outside of our mat as part of his family. Even in a mundane situation, there are loving relationships and give and take among brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts and cousins. So then why shouldn't there be such a free and spontaneous loving relationships among Vaishnavas? Srila Purī Mahārāja has repeatedly expressed his gratitude towards, he has expressed his gratitude towards and appreciation for his god brothers who joined the mission before him, because they helped his Gurudev found the Gauḍīya Maṭha. At one time or another, he has glorified each of them. He particularly talks about Kunjada, Shri Kunja Bihari Vidyabhushan Prabhu, later Srila Bhakti Vilas Tirtha Maharaj. He says, Srila Prabhupada never did anything without asking for Shri Kunja Bihari Prabhu's opinion. Shri Kunja Bihari Prabhu was Srila Prabhupada's right hand, a position he was granted because of his total dedication. Mahārāja remembers many instances of Shri Kunja Bihari Prabhu's dedication to Srila Prabhupada. Once the janitors of Kolkata went on strike, so the outhouse was not being cleaned by them. Shri Kunja Bihari Prabhu told all the residents of the Maṭha, no one has to clean the outhouse because I am going to do it myself. Mahārāja remembers how much Srila Prabhupada loved Shri Kunja Bihari Prabhu and how he expressed his appreciation for him. When Shri Kunja Bihari Prabhu went to Basra to earn money to pay off his debt, Srila Prabhupada's deeply affectionate letters to Shri Kunja Bihari Prabhu made everyone cry. Mahārāja never forgets that it was because of Shri Kunja Bihari Prabhu that he had the good fortune of attending Srila Prabhupada in his last days. He had a fortune of attending Srila Prabhupada in his last days. Mahārāja expresses the same kind of appreciation for those godbrothers who came later and whose disciples are expanding Srila Prabhupada's mission today. Gratitude, appreciation, and goodwill suffuse his interactions with Srila Prabhupada's family. By reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can get a glimpse of Sriman Mahaprabhu's family, his close associates who descended in this world to assume their roles in his pastimes. We see that Mahaprabhu had clusters of associates in many parts of Bengal, indeed all over India. Their joyful interactions were full of love and reverence and had Mahaprabhu in the center. They gave us a glimpse of the spiritual world. Srila Purī Mahārāja's feelings for Srila Prabhupada's family are in that mood. There is no place for envy or sectarianism in his concept of Srila Prabhupada's family. Seeing his mood, one wonders why anyone would want to limit the scope of their family if they could be part of a big family where there could be more opportunity for Vaishnava association and Vaishnava's blessings and protection. Wow, this is such a beautiful section. Seeing his mood, one wonders why anyone would want to limit the scope of their family if they could be part of a big family where there would be more opportunity for Vaishnava association and Vaishnava's blessings and protection. No place for the tigress of Pratishta. Rukmini Didi. Is that you, Rukmini Didi, or is that a different Rukmini?
It is I.
Oh, cool. Okay. So Rukmini Didi remembers the first time she went to the chariot festival of Lord Jagannath at Purī Dham. She was with the crowd of devotees at Sri Haridas Thakur's place. Many senior sannyasis were traveling with the Parikrama party and giving Harikatha at various places. And Srila Purī Mahārāja was also with them. At Haridas Thakur's place, it seems that Srila Purī Mahārāja wanted to cross the courtyard, but seeing a big crowd, he sat down again. When the crowd moved to the other side, he started crossing the courtyard. But immediately, many devotees came from both sides and started offering their dandavats, thus blocking his path. The same thing happens at the Gundicha temple. There was a big crowd and everyone is paying their obeisances to him. So at one point, he went away, crossing the courtyard to one of the alcoves in the outer wall, when no one was there. He sat there and started chanting in a deep mood of meditation. Shortly afterwards, a big crowd gathered around him to offer their dandavats. Seeing this, one devotee quoted the following famous verse. He quoted the following famous verses from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Pratishtar swabhav e jagate vidita, jena banche tar hoy vidhata nirmita. Pratishtar bhoy puri gela palaya, Krishna preme pratishtar chole sange Goraya. That's from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 4, verses 146 to 147. The nature of transcendental fame is thus known in the world. It is ordained by providence for one who does not want it. It is ordained by providence for one who does not want it. Being afraid of his pratishta, of fame, Madhavendra Puri fled from Ramuna. But due to his love for Krishna, fame rolled along with him, as if following him. Throughout Srila Purī Mahārāja's life, he has shown his complete lack of desire for name and fame and power and position. He wrote many articles for the Gauḍīya magazine without attaching his name to them. The only time he wrote his name was when he had to, for example, when he was answering a question from a reader of Gauḍīya. Many articles written by others were also based on the notes that he took during Srila Prabhupada's lectures. His godbrothers remember that during Srila Prabhupada's manifest pastimes, whenever a group photo was taken, Sri Pranavananda Prabhu would always stand behind others so he could not be seen. So many years, he did not want to have any disciples. For every disciple he has initiated, he has rejected many. He sent many of those seeking initiation to his godbrothers, or even to his godbrothers' disciples. He has always been very happy and proud to see his godbrothers' mats flourish and prosper. He has a unique way of glorifying the service and qualities of others and negating his own. In the scripture, Pratishta, the desire for name and fame and power and position, has been compared to a bhagini, a tigress, who likes to swallow the unmindful devotees, thus denying them the chance to attain their ultimate goal, Krishna prema. Pratishta bhagini nirjanata badi. That's from the song Dushtaman, Tumiki Sera Vaishnava. God, how does it go? Anyways, one who likes to, it is very easy to see where Srila Purī Mahārāja is the Pratishta. It is very easy to see that where Srila Purī Mahārāja is, the Pratishta Bhagini does not dare to prowl. According to Vaishnava etiquette, disciples do not just start glorifying their Gurudev in his presence. Even that is considered as a symptom of arrogance. It can amount to asserting that one is in a position to pass judgment on Gurudev, giving Gurudev a certificate. It can also encourage disciples to resort to flattery if they have some ulterior motive. In fact, in front of Gurudev, The disciple does not speak or make comments unnecessarily. The disciple is supposed to listen to every word Gurudev speaks with rapt attention, and even listen to his silence. But even anyone who is not Srila Purī Mahārāja's disciple and is in a position to glorify him knows how difficult it is to glorify him in his presence, knowing how much he would dislike it. One day, when Sripad Bodhayan Maharaj humbly told him, Maharaj, many of us have come to Mahaprabhu's mission for the sake of name and fame and power and position. He replied simply, yes, I can see that. This was a warning to his disciples that he can see the desire for pratishtha in some of them, and he does not approve of that. Many times he has said that once pride enters the heart of a devotee, they cannot progress anymore. In fact, they ruin their spiritual prospect. That's heavy. Once pride enters the heart of a devotee, they cannot progress anymore. In fact, they ruin their spiritual prospect. Pride is the killer of devotion. Once, a young sannyasi from ISKCON came to see Srila Purī Maharaj and told him, you know, Maharaj, so many gurus have fallen down and their disciples are all coming to me, etc., etc. Maharaj looked him straight in the eye and said, if you think you are a guru, then you are not a guru. Maharaj is always cautioning his disciples that if the pursuit of devotional service they meet with, Maharaj is always cautioning his disciples that if in the pursuit of devotional service they meet with success, no pride should come to their hearts. Pride always goes before a fall. Success should be met with humility and gratitude. Whether it is success in one's personal life or success of the mission, there is no need to broadcast it or exaggerate it. The Supreme Lord knows everything. The people of this world will only laugh at such exaggeration. Pride always kills the soft bhakti lata, the creeper of devotion. Vaishnavas, as individuals or groups, do not try to put others down, nor do they try to compete with others to build their own reputation or position. Vaishnavas do not go out of their way to talk about their service and their daily practice. As far as possible, they hide their service and their inner mood of devotion. They reveal their hearts only in the privacy of association with intimate friends. Devotional life is not show business, and devotional practice is not something to broadcast. This is really, I feel like I'm very much the whatever subject of these instructions, object of these instructions. Okay, the Sri Rupa Manjari Pada pastime. A few days before Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur disappeared from this world, he played a very significant pastime. He asked Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Gosvāmī Maharaj to sing Sri Rupa Manjari Pada. As Srila Sridhar Maharaj was not so used to leading kirtan, he hesitated. Then Srila Prabhupada's intimate disciple, Sri Kunja Bihari Vidyabhushan, later Sri Bhakti Vilas Tirtha Maharaj, asked Sri Pranavananda Prabhu, who is famous for his melodious voice and was one of Srila Prabhupada's favorite kirtan singers, to sing that song. But Srila Prabhupada indicated that he wanted to hear it from Srila Sridhar Maharaj and no one else. So then Srila Sridhar Maharaj sang Sri Rupa Manjari Pada for Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada knew that this final pastime of his would be recorded for all eternity in the history of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. No detail of this pastime of Srila Prabhupada was a matter of accident. Everything happened according to his divine will. He had some instruction to give us, and everything happens to forward that purpose. First of all, he asked Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja to sing, but Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja hesitated, which demonstrates his humility. Then, Sri Kunja Bihari Vidyabhushan asked Sri Pranavananda Prabhu to sing, because he was eager to fulfill his Gurudev's desire. Then, Sri Pranavananda Prabhu started singing because he was used to obeying his senior godbrothers. Then Srila Prabhupada rejected that idea. By doing so, he established that he wanted to hear that song from Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja, and from Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja alone. By requesting Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja to sing that song, he gave him extraordinary recognition. He gave him entrance to Sri Rupa Manjari's camp and indicated his future spiritual leadership. This part of Srila Prabhupada's pastime is very clear. Many years have passed since then, and the other part of his pastime is also clear. Why was Sri Pranavananda Brahmachari requested to sing? And why did Srila Prabhupada reject that idea? By doing so, Srila Prabhupada has allowed everyone to see how a pure devotee will never have a trace of envy towards his godbrother. Oh, this is so beautiful. No one has ever repeated the story of this pastime more often than Srila Purī Mahārāja. Every time he repeats this, his pride and joy are very obvious. He did not feel hurt or insulted that Srila Prabhupada did not want to hear this song from him. Of course, if one gives it some thought, it becomes very clear that he had no reason to feel hurt or insulted, as it was not personal rejection from Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada wanted to hear the song from Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja alone, and no one else. This does not mean that at that point he had rejected all his disciples except one. He had been showing his appreciation for all of them. Right after this pastime, he expressed his special appreciation for some of them, and then he concluded by saying, "All of you who are present here, and all who are not present, please accept my blessings." It is not that Srila Prabhupada actually didn't want to hear the song from Sri Pranavananda Prabhu, but he would have heard it. He would have heard it from anyone else. To think that would be to belittle Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja's position and misinterpret Srila Prabhupada's will. I forgot. Yeah. To think that would be to belittle Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja's position and misinterpret Srila Prabhupada's will. If Srila Prabhupada had been willing to hear the song from anyone else but Sri Pranavananda Prabhu, then asking Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja would be just a matter of happenstance. But many of his very advanced disciples were present there, and they all realized Srila Prabhupada's special recognition for Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja. Srila Purī Mahārāja's love and admiration for Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja know no bounds. He is always very happy and proud of the fact that Srila Prabhupada chose Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja to sing Sri Rupa Manjari Pada, even though he was the instrument of demonstrating Srila Prabhupada's exclusive recognition of Śrīla Śrīla Mahārāja. Thus, Srila Prabhupada has glorified Srila Purī Mahārāja by letting him set an example of nirmatsarata, a lack of envy, for all devotees, for all eternity. By his mercy, it is clear to those who have taken instruction from him that envy has no place in the life of a devotee. To be envious of anyone is to be envious of Krishna. Whatever opulence anyone has came to them by Krishna's will, and Krishna is the source of all opulence. Simplicity synonymous with Vaishnavata. Once in Sri Dham Mayapur, Srila Purī Mahārāja felt very uncomfortable, thinking that one of his disciples was harboring some very improper thoughts in his heart. So he asked some of them privately, who among them was thinking these thoughts. Then the person who was thinking those thoughts fell at Mahāraja's feet and admitted that it was he. He begged Mahārāja to forgive him. He was amazed and overwhelmed that Mahārāja could read his mind. He is amazed that Mahārāja could read his mind since he had not revealed this to anyone. Śrīla Purī Mahārāja has always corrected his disciples to keep them on the path of devotion. Mahārāja is not content seeing his disciples taking up the regulative process. At every moment, he wants them to look into their heart and see if it is simple and clean. Externally, one may do so many things, but only a clean heart is a fitting place for Krishna to reside. He says, the other name of simplicity is Vaishnavata. A Vaishnav is simple and is a pure Brahmana. Sahaje nirmal e Brahmana hriday, Krishner bosite e jogyasthan hoy. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 15:274. The heart of a Brahmana is by nature very clean. Therefore, it is a proper place for Krishna to sit. In everyday life, it is very important to be honest, moral, truthful, and straightforward. Not only in matters of money, but also in other situations. Devotees should take the simple, straightforward means to achieve their goals. No matter how many obstacles come to them, for sincere devotees of the Lord, a Krishna-conscious means will always be available, so that they do not have to be immoral or unscrupulous. Mahārāja repeatedly says that Vaishnavas will not have one thing in their hearts and say another thing, nor would they say one thing at one place and a contradictory thing at another place to intentionally mislead others about their true feelings. Or is it antare bahire samavyavahar? Mahārāja speaks against kutinati, deception, diplomacy, and duplicity, as it destroys the creeper of devotion. A Vaishnav's life should be an open book, and a Vaishnav's words and actions should be consistent. Mahārāja says that Śrīla Prabhupada always used to quote the following verses from Prem Vivarta by Śrīla Jagadananda Pandit. Jadi bhajibe gora saral koro nija man kutinati chari bhaja gorar charam. Gora rami mukhe bolile nahi chale. Gorar achar gorar vichar loele phal phale. If you want to worship Lord Gauranga, make your heart simple and straightforward. Worship the lotus feet of Lord Gauranga, giving up deceit and duplicity. Merely saying, I belong to Gaura, Gaurar Amar. Merely saying that is giving him lip service and has no effect. Following the example of his action and sentiment will bear fruit. Gaurar achar, gaurar vichar, loile phal phale. The fruit fructifies by following Gaura's achar and Gaura's vichar, his example and sentiment, his conclusion, okay. Purity preferable over prosperity. And just on that topic, I always quote this. But Śrīla Gaura Govinda Gosvāmī should say, Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas, or sometimes he say Gaur Nitai, they are Patita Pavan, they are saviors of the fallen, but they are not Kapati Pavan, they are not saviors of the duplicitous. So it doesn't matter how fallen you are. You could be the worst person in the world, murderer, like the worst person. But if you are honest and sincere, then you no matter what you've done in your life, you can always be delivered by Sri Guru. But even if you're doing everything right and you're looking like you're the perfect devotee, following everything perfectly, but inside your heart there's something else and you're not being honest with who you are, you're being duplicitous, then you'll never attain the mercy of Hari Guru and Vaishnavas or for Nityananda Prabhu. So the only thing that really matters is this point, is this simplicity, honesty. Purity preferable over prosperity. October 8th, 1960. I went to bathe, so I guess this is from his diary. I went to bathe in the Ganga in the early morning, then performed Mangal Arati and Parikrama. After that, the morning worship, kirtan, and reading of Bhagavad Gita and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Śrīla Bhakti Prapanna Damodar Mahārāja came from Srinavati. He had prasad at noon. Today, Didi sent some potatoes, raw bananas, mung dal, 1 jar of ghee, and 1 packet of incense through Keshta. Then Keshta took prasad for Didi before he left this afternoon. Today, I received letters from Shri Yukta Lavanya Sen and Renu of Yashohar. I received the news of Ulo from Damodar Maharaj. This morning, I sent Indu with the tax money. Yesterday, Banamali Babu, the tax collector, came to visit me. I fed him prasad at noon. There was hardly anything. Some pumpkin soup, 2 pieces of fried eggplant, and tok, like sour sauce, like chutney. I added some milk and sweets for him. I bought 2 annas worth of sweets from the sweet shop. I love so many details. I love that. Okay. Such diary entries were very common in that era, in the 50s and 60s. It is evident here that Maharaj fed the tax collector his own meal and probably fasted for most of the day. The reason it was entered in the diary is because Maharaj regretted how poorly his visitor was fed. How? It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking to see. It is heartbreaking to Srila Purī Mahārāja's disciples when they find out how much financial hardship their Gurudev had to go through, especially when he lived in Kalna in the 1960s. Almost all the money that was donated was being used to repair and maintain an ancient rundown temple. The disciples wished they were there to help and serve their Gurudev, who was sleeping on an open porch and who hardly ate a good meal after feeding others. But there was nothing they could have done, as he was hardly accepting any disciples those days. He himself has very fond memories of those days when most of his godbrothers were still living in this world. Whatever might have been lacking, there is no lack of whatever might have been lacking. There is no lack of Harikatha. Now Maharaj has his own mat and quite a few disciples. If Maharaj's disciples bring him a donation from someone, he touches it to his head and then he gives it back to his disciples. Since his disciples are managing the finances, Maharaj does not want to know how much was given, nor does he want to know how it was spent. By his conduct and preaching, Srila Purī Maharaj has made it very clear that he thinks it is more important to preserve the purity of the Vaishnava mood and conduct in the mat than to overly endeavor for its material prosperity. This is a very important point. It is more important to preserve the purity of the Vaishnava mood and conduct in the mat than to overly endeavor for its material prosperity. He has said, "Most of my life, I was very poor, but poverty was favorable for my spiritual life." In his mat, he does not distinguish between a rich person who can give a lot of donations and a poor person who can give very little. He sees the sincerity in each person, their degree of devotion. Those whom he considers to be the most sincere are closest to him, and he reveals his heart to them and seems to rely on them. It is amazing how he seems to know each person very thoroughly without being told about them. In a recent letter to one of his disciples, he wrote, "I do not want any money or gift from those who are against my decisions or my principles." If he thinks that some corruption of thought is coming into one of his disciples' lives through money, then he advises them to stay away from that money. One must not think that to earn money in a dishonest way is justified if it is used in Gurudev's service. That is not service to Gurudev. That is self-deception. Srila Purī Mahārāja gives the same kind of advice to his householder disciples who do not live in the Maṭha. He advises them not to be attached to money, but to use money as much as possible for the service of the Lord. If money is not used for the service of Hari, Guru, and the Vaishnavas, then it becomes the cause of anartha, bad habits, undevotional mentality, and misery. So artha becomes an anartha. Okay, so I think I'll just read this section and end for today. A Vaishnav cannot be bought. Srila Purī Mahārāja says that Srila Prabhupada used to say, Kono borolok amar matha keneni. Kono borolok amar matha keneni. No rich man has bought my head. He also says that his grand Gurudev, Srila Gaura Babaji Maharaj, used to say that a Vaishnav should not become a pet cow in a rich man's house, meaning a Vaishnav should not be so obliged to a rich man that he would become subservient to him. Babaji Maharaj said that instead, a Vaishnav should be like a dharmir shar, a stray bull, meaning a Vaishnav will take whatever others will give him for his service, but he will not belong to anyone and will maintain his independence. A Vaishnav will not compromise his Vaishnav principles to please a rich donor. If money means so much to someone that he will sacrifice his Vaishnav concept, then he is not a Vaishnav. Okay, so it is, actually there's still 4 minutes. So I'll just read a little bit longer. Advice to householders. A family of Srila Purī Mahārāja's disciples from America was visiting him. Every day, Mahārāja would ask them about their daily routine, bhajan life, etc. He especially asked them some questions about how they were carrying out their deity worship. On the day of departure, a very pleasant surprise was waiting for them. Mahārāja gave them a letter to take a certain Brajvasi in Vrindavan who would give them a Govardhan Śrīla for them to worship in their house. Then Mahārāja gave them very detailed instruction about how to worship Shri Girirajchu, a Govardhan Śrīla. In Vrindavan, the Brajvasi told them that he would not have given him the Govardhan Śrīla without the letter from Srila Purī Mahārāja. Then the Brajvasi touched the letter to his head, showing his respect for his divine grace. Srila Purī Mahārāja always encourages his householder disciples to worship deities, to engage in Nam Sankirtan, and to serve the Vaishnavas. If householder devotees have deities in their house, they should worship their deities with the same love and reverence they have for the deities in the temple. They should remember that the deity form of Krishna is not a doll. The Supreme Lord is Satchid Ananda Vigraha. Srila Purī Mahārāja has written extensively on this matter in many of his Chaitanya Vani articles and his book, Satchid Ananda Vigraha. I want to see that book, Satchid Ananda Vigraha. Mahārāja's special desire is that everyone try to increase their chanting and chant with concentration. Mahārāja has made it very clear that it is not enough for householders to send some money to the Maṭha from time to time. If they are initiated devotees of Gopīnātha Gauḍīya Maṭha, then they must follow a devotional schedule in their daily lives that includes chanting, reading, singing kirtan, offering bhog, and eating prasadam, deity worship if they have deities, and observing Ekadashi, Chaturmasya, and the Vaishnava festivals. Mahārāja himself has been observing Ekadashi by performing Nirjala Upavas, fasting from even water, with constant chanting and Harikatha for a long time. He does not expect that from everyone, but everyone should fast from grains and beans on Ekadashi day. He wants his disciples to observe Ekadashi in a very devotional mood. On Ekadashi day, one should chant more and spend more time in reading Harikatha. There should be no unnecessary mundane dealings. It is a day to spend discussing Harikatha and the association of devotees. The whole day should be the whole day one should remember Lord Hari. I like Śrīla Bhakti Gopīnātha Gauḍīya because Upavas is how you say fast in Hindi and Bengali, maybe even Sanskrit. Upavas means fast. But Śrīla Bhakti Gopīnātha Gauḍīya gives another definition of Upavas. Upa means near and vas means to reside. So on Ekadashi, the most important Upavas isn't just the fasting, although that is important, but Upavas really means to always be near to the Lord, to always be absorbed in the Lord, chanting, reading Harikatha, like that. That is the most important Upavas. When observing Vaishnava festivals, devotees should try to actively participate and render some devotional service. Of all the Vaishnava festivals, 9 are extremely important for all initiated devotees: Shri Krishna Janmashtami, Shri Gaur Purnima, Shri Nityananda Trayodashi, Shri Radhashtami, Shri Baladev Purnima, Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur's appearance and disappearance days, and Srila Gurudev's appearance and disappearance day. Once he has disappeared, of course. It would be inconceivable for an initiated devotee not to observe these occasions and render devotional service with total dedication. Mahārāja wants his householder disciples to give up those habits that are unfavorable to devotion and to cultivate those that are favorable. In this regard, he quotes the following: Dainya Atma Nivedan Goptrite Varan Avashara Kive Krishna Vishvasa Palan Bhakti Anukula Matra Karjir Shvikar Bhakti Pratikul Bhav Varjanangikar Sharanga Sharanagati Hoibe Jahar Tahar Prarthana Shune Shri Nanda Kumar. That's first Sharanagati, the introduction song, verses 3 to 5. Humility, offering oneself unto the Lord, seeking out his guardianship, having firm faith in Krishna's protection, accepting everything favorable to devotional service, and rejecting everything unfavorable to devotional service with great determination, these constitute the sixfold path of exclusive surrender, and the prayer of one who takes to this path is heard by the Supreme Lord, the son of Mahārāja Nanda. So Krishna won't hear our prayers if we aren't following these six limbs of Sharanagati. The prayers are heard when we're following these 6 limbs. Mahārāja says that one's bhajan jivan, one's devotional life, or bhakti lata, one's creeper of devotion, is one's most precious possession. Therefore, devotees should guard their bhakti latas against all killer weeds, such as bad habits, addictions, self-deception, laziness, and distractions, and most importantly, from the attacks of the mad elephant, Vaishnava Aparad. The householder devotees should gather regularly to discuss Harikatha. Devotees should respect all other devotees, but in general, they should go out of their way to try to associate with higher devotees, because such association will be more beneficial for them. Not only should devotees serve Gurudev, but they should also serve those devotees who are higher than them, and especially those who are dear to Gurudev. In this regard, Mahārāja quotes the verse, Charya Vaishnava Seva Nistar Payeche Keva. Srila Prabhupada would also quote that a lot. Who has ever been rescued without serving Vaishnavas? Whenever they have an opportunity to preach Bhagavad Dharma to others, they should do so. As much as possible, they should keep in contact with the Mat and try to serve Gurudev's mission in any way they can. They should conduct their daily lives on the basis of Gurudev's instructions in the scriptures, and not on the basis of some mundane ideas. Householder devotees should help each other as much as possible to render devotional service and to progress on the devotional path. Mahārāja also emphasizes the importance of eating prasad. Initiated householder devotees should try to avoid eating food cooked by non-devotees as much as possible. They should cook their food every day and offer it to their deities, or in the absence of deities, to Gurudev. Mahārāja repeatedly emphasizes the need for kindness. Vaishnavas are not just vegetarians. They are kind to all souls, including animals and trees, indeed, to the whole environment. When one loves Krishna, one can feel affection for everyone else, not just for one's friends and relatives. Mahārāja repeatedly says, a devotee thinks, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is my family. In order to live in this world, the devotees may have to do so many chores, but they can go on with their lives with Krishna at the center. Every day, from morning till night, one's life and thoughts must be immersed in Krishna consciousness. If one can cultivate one's love for Krishna and sincerely serve him, one's life will undergo a profound change. The reward for devotional service is more devotional service and not some material happiness. I like that. The reward for devotional service is more devotional service. Mahārāja says that sometimes devotees will experience extreme frustration, helplessness, and discouragement in life. At times like that, they should cry very sincerely and pray very earnestly in front of Krishna. Mahārāja says, every time I have cried like this in front of Krishna, the Lord has always responded. Oh, that's so beautiful. He tells his foreign disciples who come from all over the world and have given up the religion they were born with of their own volition, before they even knew him and before they even left their country, to remain respectful to the religions of their environment. Wow, that's very, very nice. Tolerance and respect for others' religions is a feature of Vaishnavism. He wants those disciples who have children to raise them in a Krishna conscious way. In this regard, he quotes the following shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam: Gurur nasasyat swajano nasasyat pita nasasyaj janani nasasyat daivam natatsyan na patishtasasyam na mochayedya samupeta mrityam. Srimad Bhagavatam 5:5-18. One who cannot deliver his dependents from the path of repeated birth and death should never become a spiritual master, a father, a husband, a mother, or a worshipable demigod. It's past time now, I see. Let's see how much longer this is. Okay, I think I'm gonna, oh, it's just one more page. Okay. Should I just finish the page? Okay. Mahārāja wants parents to educate their children. He is not against material education. On the contrary, he is always lamenting the fact that not enough educated people are joining Mahaprabhu's mission. He wants parents to give their children a good education, to encourage their academic skills and their philosophical mood. At the same time, he wants them to remember that the goal of education is to serve Krishna. If material knowledge can be attained while maintaining a Krishna-conscious point of view, then whatever material knowledge one has can be used to serve Krishna. Many educated devotees came to serve Śrīla Prabhupada, and they used their education to preach his message. Mahārāja often quotes, Pore keno lok Krishna bhakti jani bare, she jadi na hilo tabe vidyai ki kore. That's from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Adi Lila chapter 12, verse 49. Why should people study? To know about the path of devotion to Krishna. If such knowledge does not result, then what good will education do? What good will education do them? I think, if I remember correctly, that was Srivas Pandit speaking that to Nimai Pandit. She vidyar phal jani ho nishchoy Krishna pada padme jadi chitta vitta roy. You should know, that's Adi Lila chapter 13, 178. Adi Kanda say. You should know that education is fruitful if one can offer one's heart and property at the lotus feet of Krishna. Mahārāja's instructions to parents is to raise their children in a Krishna-conscious atmosphere from the very beginning. Parents should encourage their children to participate in daily worship and Vaishnava festivals in whichever way is possible for them. All children should be told stories from Srimad Bhagavatam, especially the pastimes of Sri Prahlāda Mahārāja and Sri Dhruva Mahārāja. Parents should not think that their children are too young to understand or participate in Krishna consciousness. Parents should share Krishna Katha with their children as early as possible. Sri Prahlāda Mahārāja was only 5 years old when he said, Kumara acharit pragyo dharma bhagavataniha durlabha manusha janma tarapya drugam arthadam. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 7.6.1. Prahlāda Mahārāja said, one who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of body from the very beginning of life. In other words, from the tender age of childhood, to practice the activities of devotional service, giving up all other engagements. The human body is most rarely achieved, and although temporary like other bodies, it is meaningful because in human life, one can perform devotional service. Even a slight amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection. So, even from childhood. Mahārāja greatly emphasizes the importance of association. He repeatedly says that we can increase our Krishna consciousness, our Krishna conscious mood by giving up habits and associations that are unfavorable for devotion. He says the most important thing is to cultivate a spontaneous love for Krishna. All right, so that's our reading for today. Wow, I didn't realize how long that section was. So thanks for letting me go so much over time. If anybody has to leave, you could feel totally free to leave right now. Thank you so much. Hari Bol. All right, and Kishore Prabhu, would you like to do Jaidwani?
Kirtan.
Kirtan. Oh my God, I almost went so over time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Okay, I just seen Kishore's comment here. This sounds like Rup Manjari getting Govardhan Śrīla from the Giridhari Panda. Is that right, Rukmini Didi? Oh wait, it was our mother Devamayī who got the Govardhan Śrīla from the Giridhari Panda, and the rest of us tagged along. Cool. Is that, and that's the Govardhan Śrīla that Rup Manjari is worshiping today, right? That's really cool.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, Kishore Krishna, would you like to do the Jaidwani?
Yeah. Jai Sabrikash Shri Guru Gauranga Gan Harita Girid Hari Rad Vinar Bihari Rad Nainath Radharaman Bihari Rad Marava Shishura Shishi Mahaprabhu Rad Gopīnātha Ji Ki Jai Sri Govinda Gopīnātha Madan Mahan Ji Ki Jai Sri Ananda Vasudev Baba Goloknath Ki Jai
Jai.
Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnu Par Paramahams Brave Rajagachari Varya Astotrashta Shishiman Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Gosvāmī Guru Mahārāja Ki Jai Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnu Par Paramahams Brave Rajagachari Varya Astotrashta Shishiman Bhakti Vedanta Śrīla Narayan Gosvāmī Mahārāja Parit Pavan Gurudev Ki Jai Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnu Par Astotrashta Shishiman Bhakti Balabhtirtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnu Par Astotrashta Shishiman Bhakti Vedanta Vikram Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnu Par Astotrashta Shishiman Bhakti Vedanta Śrīla Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnu Par Astotrashta Shishiman Bhakti Vedanta Swami Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnu Par Astotrashta Shishiman Bhakti Daita Madhav Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai जय नत्यलेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज परम गुरुदेव चारिकेश्वरी की जय। जय नित्यलील प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार हर महापरम भगवत परम। जय नित्यलील प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार महामहोपदेशक प्रत्न विद्यालंकर पंडित अष्टोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति प्रमोद पुरी गोस्वामी ठाकुर की जय। जय नित्यलील प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार हर अष्टोत्रस्त शिशुमान जगद्गुरु शिव वृषभाना विदयितदास शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालील प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार महापरम भगवत परवार परमहंस अष्टोत्रस्त शिशुमान गौर किशोर दास भविष्य महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलील प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार सप्तम गोस्वामी अष्टोत्रस्त शिशुमान सचिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाशय की जय। जय नित्यलील प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार वैष्णव सर्वोम अष्टोत्रस्त शिशुमान जगन्नाथ भविष्य महाराज की जय। सूर्य कुंडवासी सिद्ध शिल मधुसूदन दास भविष्य महाराज की जय। श्री उद्धवदास उदरानदास की जय। गुरुविदांताचार्य शिशुमान बलदेव देवभूषण प्रभु की जय। महामहोपतयाय रसिकशल मनीषल विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर पार की जय। शिल रसिकानंद मुरारी प्रभु की जय। श्री श्रील रामचंद्र कविराज की जय। श्री लोचन दास ठाकुर की जय। शिल नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभुत्राय की जय। श्री श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। यस अवतार अर्का विशल वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्री अष्ट कविराज वसुद जानव नित्यानंद दुष्गोपाल श्री चौषते महंत की जय। जय श्री रूप श्री सनातन पट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल पट्ट रास रघुनाथ सर्गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर यनमानंद लोकनाथ गर्भ अधिक और परिसार वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वसरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। शिल ईश्वर पुरी गोस्वामी पार की जय। शिल मारविंद्र पुरी गोस्वामी पार की जय। श्री अंतरद्वीप मायापुर सिमंद्वीप गौतमद्वीप मध्यद्वीप गौरीद्वीप ऋतुद्वीप जानुद्वीप मातृ द्रुमाद्वीप रुद्राद्वीप मात्मका श्री नावद्वीप धाम की जय। श्री एक चक्र धाम की जय। श्री शांतिपुर धाम की जय। श्री गौरचंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री श्री गौर गदाधर की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ गोपी गोपा गो गिरि गोवर्धन षट्वनात्मक श्री ब्रज मंडल धाम की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गंग सखियामन सखी तुलसी भक्ति देव की जय। वृषभानुनंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी ठाकुरान की जय। श्री ललिता विशाख चित्रा चंपकला तुंग विद्या इंदुलेखा रंग देवी सुदेवी आदि सख्य वृंद की जय। श्री अनंग प्रेम मंजलाल श्री रूप लंका राग विलस गुणरति कस्त्री कमल नयन मणि अरि मंजारी वृंद की जय। श्री विनोद मंजरी की जय। श्री पलश मंजरी की जय। श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भगवती पूर्णमासी योगमाय देवी की जय। श्री गोपीश्वर श्री शिव महादेव की जय। राधा परंकित धाम श्री वृंदावन की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र नीलमार्ग जीव की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ पुरी पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र मंडल नीलाचल धाम की जय। सर्व विघ्न विनाशन करे भक्त विघ्न विनाश श्री इंद्र सिंह देव की जय। भक्तराज भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। शिवलाल लक्ष्मेंद्र सिंह देव की जय। श्री हरिराम श्री संप्रदाय आचार्य की जय। श्री मध्वार मनुज विष्णु स्वामी नंबदित्य आचार्य की जय। आक्रमतरा श्री चैतन्य मार्ग की जय। श्री गोपीनाथ गौरी मार्ग की जय। श्री गौरी मार्ग वृंद की जय। ग्रंथरा श्री मार्ग भगवताम भगवद्गीता चैतन्य चरितामृत चैतन्य भगवत जैव धर्म आदि सर्व गौरी वैष्णव ग्रंथ वृंद की जय। श्री द हार्ट ऑफ कृष्ण की जय। श्री द आर्ट ऑफ साधना की जय। त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन धर्म की जय। त्रिभुवन मंगल धन्य कलियुग ब्रह्म श्री हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे महामंत्र की जय। श्री आनंद करी वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री समगत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Nityalela Pravishna Om Vishnu Parastotrishta Shri Śrīmad Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja Param Shiksha Gurudeva Ki Jai. Shri, a life of devotion, the holy biography of Om Vishnu Śrīmad Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai. Shri Devamayī Mātājī Ki Jai. Snenitai Ghor Pramanande Hari Hari Bo.
Om Vrindaya Tulsidevaya Priyaya Keshavascha Krishna Bhakti Devi Sattvatai Namo Namo Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Hare Krishna. Nri Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarni Mātājī and Rukmini Didi, Kishore Krishna Prabhu. And let's see, on YouTube and Facebook, there's Rasaraj Prabhu, Dandavat pranams, and Rup Manjari Didi and Nitai, and Vidyalala Didi, Ganga Mātājī, Sudevi Didi, who else? So many devotees. Yeah, I see there's 11 people watching, but I can't see your name if you don't write a comment. So pranams to all of you though. Thank you so much for
question.
joining. Yes.
Where's the deity of Sri Gopīnātha that Bhakti Pramoda Puri Maharaj used to worship when he was a brahmachari, and then later when he was a sannyasi?
Is it at the Ananta Vasudev temple? Rukmini Didi, do you know? Is it?
I think so, but I haven't been there, so I'm not sure.
I think it's at that Ananta Vasudev temple in Kalna. Yeah. Pretty sure.
And I'm a bit curious. Rukmini Didi, who did your mom take initiation from?
Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj.
Jai Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Gosvāmī Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you.
All right, so I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for the next reading of this wonderful book, A Life of Devotion. Yeah, Jai Shri Radhe, Hari Bol.
And by the way, Śrīla Guru Maharaj sent her to Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, but that's a story for another day.
Oh, maybe tomorrow could you tell that story, Rukmini, or whenever you're here next?
Probably. I mean, it's
Okay.
not a very long story, but yeah, tomorrow's good.
Or you could just say right now if it's not. Yeah.
Well, she knew him from childhood, because he was very close to her great grandfather and Śrīla Bhakti-Daita Madhav Maharaj. So she had written to him for initiation, and then he just said that, oh, but my senior godbrother is present, Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, so you should go to him.
Okay.
So then she went to see him, but she didn't know him very well, so she took some time to observe him anyway. But then he very mercifully gave her initiation. Maybe Rupa Manjari will have something else to say also.
Okay, that's
yeah.
Also showing his humility, right? He didn't want to. We were just reading about that, right? How he doesn't want so many disciples for himself. He's always trying to give to his other godbrothers, or even the disciples of his godbrothers, his grandnephews, his nephews.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, totally.
Ah, beautiful. All right. Hari Bol, everybody. Thank
Hari
you so
Bol.
much for. I'll see you all tomorrow. Good evening.